We have it was it's just been interesting in the markets. So, but we're glad that you're here, and we are going to be sharing some different stuff today. Again, this is not financial advice. We are simply um, documenting our journey and our Q2M journey. So, quarter to a million, turning $250 into $1 million. All right. So, with that, let's kick this off. And Mike and Stephen, I know Stephen, you were not with us on Tuesday, but Mike and I took a trade on Tuesday in Euro USD, and it didn't turn out the way we wanted it, but we did take a trade on Euro USD, and we're still on after the podcast, after the live stream, and we both got taken out probably same time, but it was interesting because with Euro USD, uh, the Einstein had said it was going to go up.
Right.
We looked at it and believed it was going to go up as when we did our charting, and at the same time, it had gone down a bit, and we knew we had some great structure below us. So we
Yeah.
waited, didn't quite wait as long as we should have. I'll admit a little FOMO there, right?
Yep.
And so we did jump into the trade, but still lower than where Einstein said to enter for a buy, and we did it as a buy. Unfortunately, even though that structure held for a long time, our stop loss was not too far below that structure. And at that point, at some point after, I don't know, an hour thereabouts, all of a sudden it started going down, and it went and hit our stop losses. So that was the scoop, folks. So I said I'd fill you in the next day. We were here on what happened. So did I say that right, Michael? Is there anything I should add to that?
No, that was 100% accurate. Yesterday, and actually, I'll bring up my screen and show this. Not just that, but so Einstein's, again, we've talked about this before. The tool we have for Einstein, I mean, you have to take a look at it and see if it makes sense. But I will tell you that, I mean, I don't know if you guys are comfortable with the number 90%, but I would say like somewhere between 80 to 90%, it's the right decision. I'd say probably closer to 90. But sometimes you have to pay attention to trends. So, for example, right here we have, let me go to Euro USD, okay? So this is Euro USD. First of all, this is a resistance line from yesterday at 3 a.m.
Okay.
And as you can see, this line held.
Oh, yeah.
And then it broke right here for the first time at 2 a.m. today. So almost a 24-hour hold on that resistance line. On that trend line. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that now because it's not relevant. But what we had is some new structure. And actually, this got added too this morning, and I don't have that in here. And this is all in the 1 hour. Now this just got flipped to a supply zone because it closed below. So supply zone flipped. Same here. Actually, how many times? It's been broken once. So that's still alive. Okay.
Still alive. I love it. And true.
Yes. Supply zone flipped. Okay. So right now I am waiting. We have the support line in low right here, and we have the back wall right here. We also have this support line right here. So we're in a demand zone right now. We could take the buy off the front wall. This is kind of what we did yesterday. We took it like right around here, where let's say the entry was up here, and we took it down here. Yep. Okay, so it was a good decision. But right now, I'm waiting on this, and I don't care. I'm either getting in at it at the back wall or right here, or I'm not getting in.
Yep. Yeah.
Now with that being said, let me go here because I think I should have a record of this. And let me do current symbol, current time interval. Euro USD 1002, buy 320, sell. Hold on, let me get down here. This is on the 11th. Let's see. Buy sell. And that's when, yeah. And then today, now if you go to the 30-minute, whatever. Bottom line is, there's been a bunch of sell calls.
Yes.
Okay, and they've been quick, and they've hit their TP1. See right here, what it hit TP1. If you were trying to wait for it to hit TP2, you're out of luck. It's not going to happen. So then the bottom line is here, what I'm trying to get at is there was a sell call here. There was a sell call here. There was a sell call here. There's a whole bunch of times where Einstein on this current trend on Euro USD has said, there's been like 5 times, and one time it's been successful. There were 4 times where it wasn't. But if you take a look at it, the technical said that 9 times out of 10, it's going to turn around based on the numbers. And that's what the technical said. But you also have to pay attention to the fundamentals, like we've talked about before in the news, and that takes precedence over the technicals. So when you have a major downtrend, and I think Donnie always talks about it too. He's like, don't buck the trend for the most part. Now he is also an anti-trend trader. So he will look for that opportunity. But when you're learning, I mean, he's also been doing it for 17 years. So I think when you're learning, stay within the trend unless you see something obvious. And that's where I see overwhelming support that if it hits here or here, this is a very good decision to get in. Now I got in up here yesterday, and it was a long-term play. I was expecting to hold it. Yeah, I was expecting to hold it anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. I'm down. It's going to bounce and come back, but is it going to bounce above? Is it going to come back above the 20, or is it going to go up to the 66? Look at all the resistance before it gets to the 66.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it possible? Yes. Is it unlikely? Yes. So on this trade, I just have to decide, do I want to keep it going for a couple of days until it gets back up if I think it's going to, or do I want to get out?
Yep.
Once it gets higher, once the balance gets to about halfway back compared to where it is now. And those are the simple decisions we have to make. But it's pretty much just analyzing fundamentals over everything, because on the technicals, I have a strong idea as to what's going to happen. If we jump,
follow rules, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. Yep. And the only other thing I was going to do, if we jump over to gold in a similar vein, I'm going to go to the 1 hour. Look, we're at the back wall of demand zone 1.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for it to hit the back wall of demand zone 2. I know this is a good time to get in. And if I could probably get in here and ride it up to the 20. But right now, I want to see it. And then on the 4 hour, what do we got? Yeah, so we're almost at, I mean, you got that right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of, I think there's a big opportunity on gold. We just have to get in at the right point today.
Yeah. Well, and to your point with all of that, there's, on the fundamental side, there is all kinds of news happening, right? And there's all kinds of misinformation and all kinds of stuff out there. And that makes it very difficult. You got to know what to look for. And I'm going to share my screen for a second, because it was interesting on Tuesday when we did that trade in Euro USD together. Let me pull that up. And this is not on the trade. This is actually on news that I got afterwards. It was interesting. So this is, I have multiple brokerage accounts. So Wanda's one of them, and so I get their news. And the headline caught me because I was just in a Euro USD trade that I didn't profit on, right? And I'm like, all right, sprints to 5-month lows from U.S.-Iran conflict. And it talks about a lot of different stuff there. Certainly talks about the price of oil and other things. But when it came down to how this affects everything, I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but I will point this part out. And that is that, Euro USD reached 5-year highs not even 2 months ago. And now it's lost over 5,000 pips. Right. And for those of you who don't know what a pip is, call it a unit of measurement, but it's what we're looking to get. We're looking to get 20 plus pips in each trade, right? And that's showing what our profit is. But let me stick with this here. So when I scrolled down and I looked and I read what was going on, it really has to do with, in the United States, Canada, basically North and South America, we have a fairly steady, stable supply of oil, right? Because we have our own. We're producing our own here in the U.S. and Canada, in particular. And so we don't have some of the strains on our economy that Europe is now having because of the issues with oil, the Strait of Hormuz, all of this stuff comes into play, right? And so that's dramatically affecting what's happening in Europe. And so we're seeing that the dollar is getting stronger compared to those other currencies. And it's probably I didn't look at the U.S. dollar to the Japanese yen, but it's probably similar because they get some of their oil from there as well, from the Middle East. So we should probably take a look at that. But I just thought it was interesting that I go and after that trade, I'm looking and I happen to catch this. The headline just caught me, right? But that's fundamentals. It's what is happening in the world, and that trumps, no pun intended there, but that trumps what's happening in technicals.
Mm-hmm.
Technicals are easy to trade, relatively so once you learn it. But fundamentals, they can be wild because you don't know what's going to come when necessarily. Does that make sense?
It does, and I think it's really important too that there are trusted sources for this. So you got to find your trusted sources. You got to understand what they are. Every single thing that you talked about earlier with some of the misinformation as well, that's 100% factual. Awanda's solid with regards to that. I just got a back wall alert. Hold on 1 second on gold.
Sure. Pull it up if you want, or we can wait for you.
I'll just pull it up really quick. Let's see what's happening.
Well, there was an hour ago, a message that came out from Iran, from their supreme leader, stating that they were going to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed and they would seek revenge against their enemies. But yet he may have been injured or killed in an attack. And again, this was a written message. It wasn't him. It wasn't a video of him. So,
right.
You don't know where that came from.
Right.
Or what it means. But could a statement like that move the market? Sure.
Yep, absolutely.
We've seen that. The other day, 2 days ago, gold was over 120. It dropped down to almost 80. Because Trump said it'll be a short war. Just those words caused a change.
Yep.
People didn't expect.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot over these next couple of weeks, and understanding, what is the reality? To your point, Stephen, what you were just talking about, that was a letter that came out, but they had a picture of the new supreme leader with somebody, but it was a cardboard cutout, right? So who knows whether he's alive or not, really? So, but here's where we really have to be thinking about this, because from a trading perspective, I'm not talking from a battle perspective or a life perspective, but just from a trading perspective,
our personal financial gain.
Right, gain or loss, right? It goes both ways. So as Mike and I saw the other day, but it happens. So if the strait really was closed and stayed closed, that is going to have huge dramatic effects across the world. Okay, it won't have as much of an effect on the U.S. base economy, but it's going to have effects on us anyways, just because of what happens in the world. Here's an alert one of us is getting. I'm guessing that's me, and that's a gold buy alert.
Which time frame?
That is on the 5 minute.
Okay.
So, and I'm looking at. I can tell you just, and I'll go back to what I was saying in just a minute. But I'm looking at for this week in particular, and probably the next couple of weeks, as I'm doing any gold trades, they're going to be pretty short-term gold trades. Unless like right now, your screen right now. And that's a huge drop we just had in gold. I would stay in something like that, but I'm looking at, I'm going to be doing a lot of 15-minute trades in that realm because things are changing so fast. I don't want to be planning to be in a trade for too long, unless it's something like, the world is falling apart and I'm in an oil trade, right? Then I may be there for a while and just ride it. Or even, in gold, we're going to see that. But to get back to the just the news and what's happening, if there are attacks, right? There's all kinds of stuff in the U.S. about sleeper cells and all this other stuff that have come in over years, and could that happen? Of course. What does that do? Right? What does that do to the markets? Right? Those things rattle markets. It changes direction on where things are going. It changes direction on gold. It changes direction on. There's another backwall alert. Hit there again. Drop down. Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So I just got in on a buy, just trying to take it back up to this line right here. That's all I'm trying to do is get to about right here, and then I'm going to get out and then wait for it to pull back again.
Okay.
Also, let's take a look at this. I mean, what do we have happening right here soon? 66 is crossing to 200.
Yeah. Now, but here's a different question. What happened at what was the news that came out that made gold plummet?
Well, let's pull up the news.
Yeah.
You have two different things.
This is and I can't stand looking at the news. We've talked about that, right? But from a financial perspective, we sort of need to be part of it. So
yep.
And I didn't want to take you off your trade. So if you're watching that, I don't mind pulling something up too.
I just moved it to the window. I'm good for a sec.
Okay.
I got it on multiple screens. All right. So general news, okay, affecting the dollar or the euro. Italian quarterly rate, unemployment rate, better than expected. Great. Yellow folder. So minor impact. Unemployment claims pretty much held steady.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have anything that's really earth-shattering out of this news that came out right here. This is pretty standard stuff. Yeah. If we go to stock market, so here's news from the day.
That was economic news that was planned.
Yes.
Those are things that aren't surprises. It's just knowing what the numbers are and how they impact things. But this is
right.
This is where it is.
Right, and this is where we want to see it, like on the red folders, the orange folders. Red folders can have a bigger impact. Orange folders can have a bigger impact than yellow, etc.
Yeah.
It goes yellow for minor, orange for middle, red for high in terms of potential impact. Now let's go back this morning to, well, let's see what time this happened. Let's go here. So today, so we had a spike at 1 a.m. and then we had a drop at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go back to about, this is, well, it's still, let's focus on 6 a.m. for right now rather than going back.
Yeah.
Okay, Wall Street Whispers, Financial Firms, Navigator, Rand Complex. What about this right here?
That's a good potential. Oil tankers attacked off Iraq as Middle East crisis worsens. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was by underwater drones.
You remember I mentioned that last week?
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's so many ways. Technology is wonderful in a lot of ways, right? But it can be very destructive too. And there's always surprises.
And I think that's probably the biggest thing that we have right here. And this news came out yesterday, by the way, last night. This isn't brand new spanking news. It just is probably getting more confirmation today.
Yeah.
Because I saw stories about this coming out late yesterday. And it was filmed by a Chinese vessel going through the area. So Iran pushes Indian firms. So this is basically what we're looking at. I mean, this is all I'm sharing is we're kind of going through and we're taking a look at it, seeing what in here could impact. For us, we're focused on gold or the euro and the US dollar.
Sorry, that was a UJ call on a sell on the
Okay.
15-minute.
And that was just up. UJ was up.
Yeah. Oh, it has been up. That's right.
Yep.
In fact, it was had an exhausted green candle.
Yep. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, on the 1 hour. What time frame was that? Oh, that was a buy.
That was on the 15. That's where the
15.
alert was for, the 15.
Yep. And there we go. We're already heading down.
Yeah.
And we're just about to hit TP1. Let's see. Where's your VIX at?
Yeah, there's a lot of room there. A lot of room for drop.
Yep. So I'm up $46 in that gold.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Well, everything is moving fast.
Let me pull it back up because I might want to get out. Give me a second.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. Nice.
I got what I wanted.
Good job.
Now, what did you get? Explain it.
I got 38 in the end. But what I was looking for, dollars.
Pips or dollars?
No, dollars and that. Yep. So pips. Let's see. What do we get for pips? We got a lot of pips on this one. Let's see. $900.
Nice.
Roughly. A little bit less.
And how much money did you have at risk?
0.05.
2 point.
Yeah, 0.05.
You have to explain that to someone that doesn't.
Yeah. So
that doesn't fully understand what that means.
Yep. So in terms of the lot size, the lowest you can do is 0.01.
And I mean, equate that to dollars, so that.
Yeah. So actually, you know what? I think we can pull up a calculator. Actually, I think on Forex Factory they have a calculator, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They got a nice pip calculator.
It'd be nice if we could just show it. Where is it?
Oh no, it's FX.
Is it my FX book?
Yes. They're the ones with the pip calculator.
This is what I was talking about, by the way. If I want to split view this, add tab to new split view, and then I want to add this so I can do this but keep my gold up in the same thing.
Yep.
We can do that now.
Nice.
You see how it's going down to the second back wall? I'm about to get in on this again. That's why I heard all the chiming going off, and I'm like, we want to pay attention to this.
If you need to stop talking and pay attention, we get it.
That's all good. I mean, it hit that front wall. I wanted to see it pull back a little further, but that's the lowest it's pulled back. So if I hear one more chime here on that back one, I'm in. Okay. Let me separate views. Okay, there we go. We get back to what we were doing.
Yeah.
My FX book. All right, where is the pip calculator?
Just go to this search and hit pip calc.
FX calculators.
That'll work too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's watching. He's flipping
I
back.
gotta buy this for 1 split second. All right, I just bought it. Now I'm back over here. All right, I'll pick it back up in a second. All right, so position size pick calculator. Okay, so template, let's see. US dollar, trade size, lots. 0.05. Calculate. And now we want to go down to XAU USD for gold.
Yeah.
All right.
And gold is always $10.
So this is what we can. Yep, and that's where I wanted to kind of go to. So you have a micro lot, which is 0.01, right?
Yeah.
You have mini, standard, 0.10. So if I'm doing 0.05, that's roughly $50.
Yep.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we're doing. And we get in leverage. So on this, what are we getting on GNT? Is it 10, 20 to 1? No, for gold, is it 10 to 1 or 20 to 1 for gold?
Well, I've got a different account with GNT. So with me, I have, yeah, I can tell you.
200.
Yeah, I've got 200, but it's weird because it fluctuates. So like I'll do a trade and it'll say, 268 is my leverage. So it actually, my leverage fluctuates. I'm not sure exactly why.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's basically 200 to 1 that I'm playing with. But if I were to do a different account, so when I look at the accounts that I have with GNT, like I've got one, I can just pull this up. So I've got one I've got two different accounts that are 200 to 1, and the other, my GNTX, is 33 to 1.
Yeah, and that's what I have for this. This account is a demo GNTX.
Yeah, those are all my lives. My demos are all
both. I'm running both demo
200 to 1.
and real,
just
but right now
so
I'm
that-
focusing on.
Do your goals, then I'm going to speak
Yep.
a moment, and then
See on these ones.
I stopped.
No. I was just saying, on the demo side, this is why I'm using demo right now. When I am trying to proactively make these decisions on the fly, I'm no longer doing this with real money. The only thing I'm doing with real money is the ones that I have like triple confirmation that I know I'm making the right call. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm very comfortable in that decision. On these, where I'm learning to decide where to buy or sell within the demand zone and at what point I want to get in, and then try to take it back up to here.
Yeah.
I'm doing that strictly in demo because the risk is so high for me with the knowledge that I have that I'm confident in my decisions, but I'm not confident enough to put a couple $100 in a line for this yet.
Well,
But-
yeah. I mean, look at that RSI, by the way.
Right.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
it's pointing down. So I've been waiting for it to hit that back wall on that 1 hour demand zone, the bottom one.
Yep.
And
You also have this too. You also have the low.
yes.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I
surprised
think
if
that demand zone is going to hold temporarily. I think that demand zone, we're going to kick it up to the upper demand zone, and then it's going to continue to go down. That's just my thought.
I wouldn't be surprised if it hits here and retests back up to like here.
Yep, that's exactly
And
what
then
I'm
if it comes down to like here and comes back up to like here and then comes all the way down to here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Well, you got a drop-based drop there anyways when you look at what's, the formations.
Yep.
And that's a significant drop at whatever it was, 3 a.m. or whatever time that was. And then looking at it now, huge drop.
Look at the size of that.
That was a Euro USD buy.
Okay, I'm going to take a look at that. Look at the size of this candle, this drop.
Yeah.
Massive.
Wow. Yeah, I would have loved to have gotten in that at the top there.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at it at the time, but right at the 200, look at how that 200, the past three candles
Yep.
that were there held, the 200 held.
Euro USD, again, I'm just waiting for it to get a little deeper.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for it to hit here or here, and then I'm getting in.
Yes, indeed.
And this is how I have it structured. My indices, my NAS, US 30, DXY, and VIX. And then
I've got the same there.
I had it split like this because this is how Tasty broke them down. So I still had this separation.
Got it.
So the 50-to-1 leverage is these pairs right here. 33-to-1 is these. I don't really trade those anymore. And then I trade some in the 20, but usually not often. It's primarily, as I said, Euro, USD, and gold.
Yep.
And oil's up. Just take a quick look because we were talking about it yesterday. But you can see from where it was yesterday. No, that's Tuesday, March 10th at 1 p.m.
Yeah, $15 rise.
Yep.
Yep, that is significant. Yeah, definitely. The market is in almost like a whiplash mode. It's like going back and forth, and we're going to see that, and that's why these next couple of weeks, because this is projected to go for at least 4 weeks. I think he said 4 to 6 or whatever it was, and the biggest part of the battle I don't think has happened yet. I mean, all the stuff has been decimated in Iran. Most of the stuff, anyways, that could be, that's known. And as they find things, I'm sure they're going to decimate more of those. But really, the question becomes how quickly or how weak can the current regime be made to? There's a gold buy. Where the Iranian people can effectively take over, however that rolls out. When that does happen, there's going to be a lot of relief in the market, but we don't know when that's going to happen, or technically if that'll happen. In fairness,
no, and I would also expect that if you were to be hedging a certain region. If there is regime change over there, which is not even close to being something that's realistic as of right now, we're closer than we were 2 weeks ago, but we're still far, 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 far away from that. But if there was that, I'd be very curious to see the impact that would have. I have my ideas on it, but it would have regionally.
Oh, huge impact.
Yep. But I mean, you talk about futures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hedging futures and paying attention to that, it's just the opportunity is just massive.
It is. And that's when you look at that stuff from here with Forex. We're looking at the right now.
Right.
It's what's happening. It's the present, right? And the as they say, the present is a present.
Right.
It's not a guaranteed thing. But it is also fleeting and it changes. So this is where we're playing. Where I'm playing is right here in Forex, and just looking at this, you have to stay on top of the news at a time like this. Most of the time, it's not that way. Most of the time, you can look at the technicals and you can make your determinations and you're good to go. So, but with that, we're going to keep watching, seeing what's happening. Hope to get in on a trade with Mike on gold shortly once gold comes down a little further. But with that, we are going to finish off for today. Any closing comments, gents?
Mike, I just want to see this grow. I just want to make money with this.
It's a volatile market. It's a volatile market, but there's be a lot of opportunities.
Yep. And again, as you said, Don, is just, and as you just indicated, Steve, the great thing about Forex is we can profit off volatility.
That's right. Literally, we could profit off the volatility index if we chose to.
Yes, exactly.
There
you go.
So we'll have to talk about that stuff maybe tomorrow. But
hey,
we'll see you tomorrow morning right around 10:15 or so. And have a fantastic and profitable day.
You as well.